New Zealand Warriors' worst nightmares confirmed. RTS hamstring gone for 4 to 6 weeks. Let's take a look at the implications on the match day 17. Hey team, welcome back into this emergency session of the Warriorholic. Wasn't planning to do this obviously, but I think this is too big a story not to take a look at. Give you my thoughts on how I think this is going to impact the starting 17 that runs out against East tomorrow afternoon. First and foremost, my commiserations to RTS, man. I hate seeing any guy get injured, particularly a guy who puts in as much work as he does. We know his energy and his leadership, his meters are going to be a huge loss for the Warriors. We know Adam Pompey's coming in to replace him, and I think he's a very serviceable replacement at that. He played every minute of every game last year, and we had one of our best seasons in a very long time, so I've got a lot of confidence in what he offers. So before I get into that, what I'm going to cover today is I just want to talk about the benefits and rewards of potentially having Adam Pompey in the centres there over RTS. And then I'd like to get into a bit of a conspiracy theory I've got, having watched a reel and a post made by the New Zealand Warriors yesterday that I think gives us a few hints as to what might happen with the game day lineup tomorrow. So first and foremost, Adam Pompey. He gets a lot of shit, but for me, I really like him. As I said, Webby picked him for every minute of every game last season, and we had our best season that we've had potentially ever. Granted, we didn't make the grand final, but I think we played some of the best footy we've ever seen. So he matched up against all the best centres in the game. I really like the fact he's a distributing centre. He's not a selfish player. He's very selfless. You'll very rarely see him make massive line breaks himself, but he'll set a lot of people up around him. He's very strong on defense. He's got a big body, wide wingspan. He fills a very big hole. So I genuinely believe this will be a chance for us to see if our questions about RTS's challenges at centre were real. For me, the biggest question was around RTS's distribution skills. He's naturally an individualistic player, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Playing at the back, he was always the one to use his individual brilliance to make a line break, to beat players, to get momentum. He's never really been noted as one of the best distributing fullbacks in the game, and the rest of his time in league was spent on the wing where you don't do a lot of distributing as well. So that may be why he struggled in Union, being in the middle there, caught in the traffic, needing really quick hands, not just being a battering ram, which we've seen from him over the past couple of weeks. So maybe this was a blessing in disguise. This gives us a chance to see what a real genuine centre, particularly one who's capable of playing well on the left, can bring to our attack. Now, I'm not putting all of our left-hand attack on RTS, and I'm definitely not putting it all on Tamati Martin like a lot of other fans as well. I believe a lot of it comes down to the quality of ball they've been getting. I feel like SJ's been overcalling them a bit, dominating that ball-playing role so much. I feel like Tamati Martin hasn't been getting that quality go-forward ball he needs to really set his players up outside. It's generally in a short side with limited space. He gets a little bit lateral himself, which accentuates the issue. And then that means by the time RTS is getting it, when he does get it, he's running out of space and not able to distribute even if he wanted to. So I feel like this is something he would have definitely worked on this week. Webby acknowledged it in an interview with Sam Hewitt on SENZ this week, that we need a multifaceted attack and that our left-hand side hasn't been sort of functioning properly. So they would have worked on it, being together for this whole week over in Australia. So I feel like this is a real good chance to see what Adam Pompey can bring in that distribution role. And when we get on to the next part of this video, you'll see why I think this might not have just been a result of the injury. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But in the meantime, RTS, best of luck with the recovery, brother. I really hope you come back well. Before I get onto this video that I watched, this reel, 30-second reel, but what I think a 30-second reel can actually reveal, let's take a look at the current lineup for Sunday. At fullback, CNK Dallin, Rocco Berry on the left-hand side. On the right, RTS, who we know is gone. Marcelo Montoya, Tamati Martin, Sean Johnson, Adam Whanua-Blake, Wade Egan, Bunty Afoa, Jackson Ford, Mitch Barnett, Tohu Harris, Dylan Walker, Tom Ale, Jazz Tavanga, Adam Pompey, who we now know has gone to centre. And on the reserves, Jacob Laban, Tain Tuaupiki, Zion Ma'u, Ed Kossi, and Freddie Lussick. So let's get on to this reel that I saw. Check out the Warriors Instagram. There's a post there that's got a couple of photos, but it was a reel that really caught my eye. If you watch that, it's a bit of a run out with the North Sydney Bears of the match day guys and some of the reserves. And right at the end of it, there's a photo that just flashes in of the full squad there. And I screenshotted that, and there are 2 people missing. There's no sign of RTS, obviously, and there's no sign of Marcelo Montoya. A lot of discreet shots of Ed Cossey doing stuff. I get the impression he's playing on the wing. Now, does that mean that Marcelo Montoya is injured as well? Or does that mean maybe he wasn't going to play anyway? I don't know. We haven't heard anything about his injury at all. So that's one thing I'm really curious about. But what that means is this is the backline I think we will see line up on Sunday. We will see CNK at the back, Dallin and Rocco on the right, Adam and Ed Cossey on the left-hand side. Completely new left-hand side attack there for us. Tamati Martin and Sean Johnson. I feel like that's a really interesting change. I thought Ed played really well and exceeded everyone's expectations last year when he came back up into first grade when Dallin had the calf injury. I'd love to see how he goes. He's a huge body. Has a little bit of a tendency to jam like both Dallin and Montoya. And being a huge body, he won't turn as quickly, so we need to be making sure we don't give the wingers too much space to run around him. But I'm curious. I'd say he'll definitely be up for this. He's been hanging out to get back into first grade for ages, so that's what I think will happen, guys. And maybe Montoya was just out taking a piss in the photos, I don't know. But anyway, then getting on to the forwards. One thing that concerns me here, there was also a shot of Mitch Barnett with his hamstring strapped and a bit of a limp on, but he seemed to take part in all the training. Please don't say that's another one. That is the one guy, probably him and AFB, we cannot afford to lose. He is the alpha in our defence. And obviously the run meters we get out of him is versatility. Please don't say he's got a hammy as well. It looked like he was training, but I swear I saw a little bit of a limp there. He's got that big old hammy sock on. So I feel like the starting pack will be as listed, but on the bench, I believe it will be Dylan Walker, Jazz Tavanga, Tom Ale, and I think Freddie Lussick. Surely he has to come in. Wade Egan has played so many minutes over the past 5 weeks while he's been out. 50 plus tackles on multiple occasions. He's got to be gassed. So I'd be looking to bring Freddie Lussick in to give Wade Egan a bit of a spell at some stage. That's my 17. I don't hate it. I really like it, in fact, in a lot of ways, because not many people were expecting us to win this game. So this kind of gives us, a chance to fly under the radar a bit. A lot of people will be writing us off. It gives us a chance to go back and try something that was really working last year and see if Adam Pompey is actually the answer, and maybe he continues to play at centre after RTS comes back. Only time will tell. What do you guys think? Have you still got hope? I really do. I think we've got hope. I think we would have addressed a lot of issues this week. I think Webby will have them pumped. I think the adversity of losing RTS will really get the boys fired up. It's going to be a bloody close one, I hope. I just really hope it's not a blowout. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this going to significantly weaken us, or is it going to strengthen us in ways that we wouldn't have expected? Up the mighty wires, I'm still in. Let's get it done.